everybody, my name is Leslie Ray, and this is my scrappy gig. At the beginning of the year, I decided I needed to do more scrapbooking. You will soon learn why tonight. I have a problem. I have a big problem. Let me show you my problem. I'll show you my problem, and then you will fully embrace the problem with me. You ready? Okay. You see this file? This file has 24 pictures. These are the 24 pictures that were not blurry or messed up or otherwise, gross. Just really bad. They're all of one subject. They're all of my daughter eating yogurt. All in one sitting. Yes, my word is right. I had a problem to start with when it was just film, taking lots and lots of pictures of an event. And as I got into digital, well, it just got worse. It got worse. And I have more pictures than the average person. And I love to take pictures. So not only when I go to an event or something, am I taking pictures of the event and my son or my daughter, but also other people's children as well. I just love taking pictures. I think getting a better picture involves having more practice. So as a photographer, I take a lot of pictures. And so I have to do something with them. As you can see, it was not just a one-time deal. I have, when I started scrapbooking my son, I have like Will's First Christmas. Here's Will's First Christmas. Notice it's on a thick piece of paper. That's because not only did I take a picture of the Christmas tree that year, and I took several pictures of the Christmas tree that year, but when you open the little gift, are you ready? Because I'm pretty sure you're not entirely ready. I put pictures in the box and journaling, lots of journaling, because this was Will's first Christmas. And because my kid is just precious, I take lots and lots of pictures of him. We used to do the fireworks stand. And they, so most people just take, 3, 4, 5 pictures and they're done, right? Not Leslie Ray. Leslie Ray has more pictures. And this one I haven't journaled everything in there. And actually, there may be a couple of more pictures to put in there as well. But, yes, I know. Will was very little. How old was Will that year? Let's see. That was July 2002, so he was 2. But anyway, so I have an addiction to picture taking, as well as, to scrapbooking. This is where, this was his first homecoming event. TSU is our homecoming. And another way that I have dealt with pictures is these lovely sheets, where you have, they fold out. This folds this way. So here's the layout as you see it when you start. It's TSU Parade. And then this also folds out. Okay. But, yeah, right? But see, all of this was during the event. We haven't completely journaled this event. But, those are pictures taken during the event. And every parade I've ever been to, I have not pictures of every single thing, but every tractor and fire truck in there, I have a picture of it. Every one. And so, it's a problem. It's a problem. Taking tons and tons of pictures is my weakness. Let me see. I want to pull this one out to show you. The other way I have dealt with them is, like, here is Halloween. And so, see, there's a lot of pictures there. Fair enough. And then more pictures. This was his little friend, Tam. And then the journaling is on the back. So, I have lots of pictures to scrapbook. So, see, this started before Sam I Am, having tons and tons of pictures. Tons and tons of pictures. So, I learned, and I scrapbook 8.5 by 11. Always will. So, I learned early on that I'm not going to scrapbook every picture. There's just no way I'm going to scrapbook every picture. But I want to scrapbook most of my pictures. Most. So, in order to tackle that pile of pictures, what I do is I put all my pictures in a file like that. And then I figure out what my favorite 2 are. And so, like, for this one, here, let me turn it down so I'm not just holding them up. For this one, my 2 favorites were this one with Sam and this one where she's pointing to a sticker called Wild Thing. And my thing about this set was, you know, Wild Thing, yogurt makes my heart sing. So, and you would think with that, you would be using animal prints, but I'm not, because I'm just not. And then the next thing I do is pick out several larger pictures that I want to use. And these will be the pictures that basically would fill the bigger squares, okay? So these were the pictures. But just in case I wasn't sure about that, I also printed them in a smaller size. And then I pick out a bunch of smaller ones too that I might want to use in the series. Okay? So does that make sense? Yes? And so what I want to share with you tonight is mainly the easiest thing is going to be to show you how to make that little book. Now, the little book is awesome because you can make that little book and it can be a book by itself. You don't have to put it in a scrapbook. You can put it, you can make this, you can make 2 covers and then just have it be a book for book's sake, like a mini album. And they used to call these squash books. And I have somewhere that I'm going to share with you, it'll be later this week, how to make, you know, the actual thing. We're going to go through making the squash book, but I will also show with you how, you know, the actual directions. So if you forget what I've done, you can put it together, okay? But that's how a lot of these work for me. And in order to do this, you're going to need something like a piece of foam core, or you're going to need to put several pieces of cardboard together to make it thick for it. If you're building just a squash book for squash book's sake, you don't have to. Oh, Molly, it's easy. I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to demystify the squash book, okay? And once you figure this out, you can make them all kinds of sizes. This one here, let's see, what size was this? As long as it's a square, that's all that matters. This one in the book itself was a 4-inch one. The one we're going to make is going to be about 4.5 inches, or 4 1/4 inches. It didn't work for you. Okay, we're going to do this. We're demystifying the squash book right now, right here, on Leslie Ray's Scrappy Gig. Should we cut to music, or are y'all ready? So, if you want to play along, get yourself 3 to 4 pieces of paper, okay? Or cardstock. I'm moving stuff here so that I can have a place to do this. Yes, we're going to make them square. But first we're just going to start with a piece of cardstock. Let's make a small one, okay? So let's make one, let's make one that is 6 inches square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off, let's see, 6 inches, not 6 inches square, I'm sorry, 3 inches square. So your cardstock needs to be, okay, wait a minute, I'll wait. I'm waiting for Molly. Get you some cardstock, get about 3 or 4 pieces. The practice one I'm going to make is going to be 3 inches square when it's finished. And I'm going to use 3 pieces. So Raven, are you going to play along with? Maybe? I've lost Raven. Yes, okay. Let me get my clutter. Oh, your cutter. No, I have the clutter. Y'all have the cutter. No, you're going to need, they're going to be 6-inch squares. Your finished product will be 3-inch squares. You're going to cut your paper into 6-inch squares. So if you're using 12 by 12 paper, hey, there's an idea. Instead of using my pretty white, let me get some 12 by 12. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Yes, notebook paper will be fine, Bev. Get my new cutter out. All right, so we're going to make these 3 6-inch squares. Okay. Are y'all ready? Okay. Cut your, Bev, cut your 8.5 by 11 down to 6-inch squares, please. Three will work. If you have 4 squares, super, but 3 will get us where we need to go. Because after 3, then it becomes, you know, just adding another one. Add another one. Add another one. I am going to put mine together with this. But you could use glue if you had a glue that doesn't buckle the paper. So if you have a glue like this, you could definitely use that. Or if you have like Miracle Tape, or if you had, hey Susan, or if you had other kinds of, you know, adhesive that you like. You want something that's not going to buckle it. So is everybody ready? Do we have at least 3 6-inch squares? And some adhesive? Molly does. Does Bev? Bev does. Has Raven returned with glue or tape? I'm going to use this, Mama. Oh no, Kat. They're in the car. I'm going to show them how to do a squash book. And I think Raven is ready. Okay. Take your 6x6 and you're going to fold it in half this way. Okay. And I don't have my bone folder handy tonight. I was looking for it, but I didn't think about needing it. Amanda has it? Okay, good to know. And then open it. Turn. Fold it in half again. With the same inside being inside. And open it. Is everybody with me? Yes? Yes, okay, now turn it over. So you have a mountain and a mountain here. Now you want to take one of the corners. Doesn't matter which corner, just pick one and fold it down to the opposite corner. And when I'm doing that, I make sure, before I get all carried away and fold everybody, I make sure this corner here is nice, okay? That it's not in the middle of the corner, that it's to the point. And then I get all crazy and fold this way and this way. All right. So what that does, when you open it, did you see what happened when I opened it? I opened it and I popped in the middle. And it automatically wants to fold up into a little square, right? Y'all need to see that again? This is me. I opened it and walk. So it's ready to pop into a square. All right. So let's do that 2 more times. Are you ready? I'm going to fold it in half. And open. I turn it. I fold it in half again. And open. Flip it. Corner to corner. Just one. You don't need to do both. Just do one. And then it folds nice. All right. One more time. Fold it in half, open it. Fold it in half again. Open it. Flip it over, corner to corner. I think I first learned how to do these maybe in a close to my heart class or something a long time ago. Okay. My things are not pretty. And pop it up. Now, look at this. When you... Apparently, something's wrong with my square because, see, it's not folding nice. So, I'm going to put this one aside because I'm kind of anal about my squash book. It would still work. It would be okay. But I would like to show y'all a neater squash book. So I'm going to use my 4th piece of paper and fold it just because I can. Okay. That's much better. That's much better. Good. Okay. Much better. Here we go. See? It folds together better. Much nicer. Much nicer than this one. The rest are not feeling well. Did you, yeah, I can trim that with my scissors. If you wanted to, you can come in with your scissors. My messy Tim Holtz scissors I need to clean. And trim this so that the edge lines up better. But, I don't know. Or you can force it. You can, you know, shove it over and then hit it again. Actually, that's probably what I'll do is force it. Is shove it. See, when you force it, it builds that bubble and just come and recrease these where they're heavier. Like that. That's how you shove it and force it. Okay. That one will work now because I forced it to. Sometimes you just have to force it. Okay. Now, the easiest way to do this is up, this is down, okay? Up, and then down. Got it? So you're going to have one up, one down, one up. Did y'all see that? Does that make sense? This one's up. You connect these. Okay, so when it opens up, it opens like this. Okay, so this one's down. You want this one to go up. Okay. So when it all gets glued together, it's a little 3-inch square. It worked. I'm so glad, Molly. So now, then what I do is just, I'm going to leave these tucked together. And I did them with paper that is shiny and dull so you can see, because I folded them all the same, right? So that you can see. And I'm just going to tape this here. If you're sending this somewhere where it's going to get a lot of use, or a lot of open fold, open fold, open fold, you might want to use something a little better than a tape runner. The notebook paper is a little light buff, but it'll be good for a sample. Ooh, Susan's getting new scissors tomorrow. And so then you glue the other side. And then it goes together, okay? So, when you have it all glued together, it opens and it closes. Now, if you are making a book for book's sake, okay, you'll want odd numbers. Let me show you why. Because if we add the fourth one on, and you have a cover here, I'm going to mark it so you can see. Here's a cover, and here's a cover, okay? Let's see, that one's, okay, so we open this cover. Here's our cover. You'll have a cover showing here. This cover goes on the back. It just, the way it works, because sometimes you'll make your cover just a smidge bigger, having one up and one down makes it difficult. It makes it awkward, okay? But if you have both of your covers where they're down, so this would be a cover here and a cover here with an odd number, then it can do that just fine. Your covers are both on the back side, okay? Technically, you could put pictures all here, put more here. You could put pictures here, cut them in half, and have them where they fold easier. This is the one I made. Oh, you mean with the pictures in it, Molly? Okay, the one with the pictures? Absolutely. Let me get the Christmas one because it's got journaling and stuff in it. Okay, here's the Christmas one. So here's, see, here's one. Here's number 2 is right here. Okay. And then number 3 is right here. And then this folds and it closes into the book. And see, I would make one of these covers for both sides. This, you can see it's just a little bit bigger than the size of the square of the paper. And you could, I could, if I wanted to, technically still have this side to do more pictures and journaling if I wanted to. Is that what you were wanting to see, Molly? And so when I made this for my book, I took this one out of the scrapbook so you could see it. But what I did in the sheet protector, gee, you would think I could tie ribbon, right? In the sheet protector, I did this so that it would, I just cut a slit like this, put this in the sheet protector, and so you can flip back that and pull it out and play with it. It's at an angle. It pops open, and I can open it again like this and see the rest of it, or I can pull the whole thing out to see all of it. So it kind of comes out, let's see, it comes out of the book like that. Can you tell, Raven? Does that make sense? Thanks, Kath. I had done this way long ago, and I did it for, I wanted to be a memory maker's master crafter, or whatever they called them. And so I had done, this was one of the projects I had done for it. And bye, Jen. This was one of those, and I ended up, or is that Kath? Oh, sorry. Bye, Kath. Jen is not, I'm sorry, Jen. I thought you were leaving. I keep trying to get rid of Jen. Jen is really staying. Kath is leaving. Sorry, Jen. I had done this for one of those projects, and decided at that time maybe they didn't like hand journaling, and so I did some with printed journaling, and I like hand journaling. I'm a hand journaling kind of girl, so, but they didn't want this. Woo! Dinner's nice. Are you having something good for dinner? But anyway, so that's, thank you, Bev. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do. So I have cut, oh my goodness, that just all fell. I've cut my base of foam core 1/4 inch shorter in each direction to accommodate my page protector. So if you're doing this for a 12 by 12, you would cut it 11 3/4 by 11 3/4. If you're doing it for 8.5 by 11, then you cut it for that. And likewise, your background page, whatever you stick your page on, is going to be smaller. Okay, so I cut this. I chose black because this is what I had laying around. If you had white laying around, white would work just fine. And so I don't know where I want to put this, and I probably am going to make mine, I'm probably going to make mine a little bigger. So, and see, they're fun to play with too until you get them stuck down. Anyway, sorry, this entertains me. All right, I don't know where I want to put it, so I'm not ready to cut my hole yet. All right, that's going to be part of your planning, is where you're going to put your book. I know that I'm pretty sure my page is probably going to have 2 pages because I have these 2 pictures here that I want to incorporate in my layout. And I may have like this one trimmed down just a little and put, and see, that could even be on top of my book for that much, you know. Oh, thanks, Bev. Oh, y'all are sweet. I want you to get it. So these are fun. These are fun to make. And like I said, you know, put a cover here, and you got a fun little book that somebody, oh, let me tell you something before I forget this for a minute. A fun book to give as a gift to a new mommy. If you took pictures at her shower, you could put this together really simply, really fast and easy, front and back, and give it to her at the birth of her child. Or give to a teacher, you know, have a couple of pictures of the class during the year and have the kids all sign their names, front and back. Yeah. Small areas, you could do journal and stickers like I've done in the past, but I've also seen people where they take the photo, like say if you wanted to use that photo in that space, you know, first trim it to where it'll fit the 3x3, but then cut the diagonal and so that it fits in the space. And we can do that on one of these or something I would not do it across a face, but like this, it wouldn't hit her face. You could probably do it across this. It would really look good, and I plan to do that for flower pictures. Like I have a gajillion flower pictures that I take because, you know, you saw my problem, right? And I always take pictures of the flowers each season. And so you could do that with flower pictures. And definitely, or garden pictures, like if you photograph your garden and you want to scrapbook it or make a little book for the season, you know, have a little spring book. Also, I try to photograph my favorite ornaments on the Christmas tree, at least during some part of the year, because we usually try to make some ornaments and put them on there. You could do that. You know, you could have your Christmas 2000 ornaments and then have these, tie them, okay, tie them, make them look like little packages on your Christmas tree, and take that little, make a little tag so that the tag said Christmas 2010 or whatever, and make this an ornament that hangs up on the tree, because all you would have to do on the cover is just put like one little eye hole thing, and there you go. So you'd have on your tree your ornaments of your favorite, or your books of your favorite ornaments throughout the year. Wouldn't that be cool? What kind of paper did you say you use? Well, this paper is just basil paper, Molly. Basil Basics. This was bling paper. It's shiny on one side and dull on the other. And I just did that for y'all so you could see kind of the difference in, you can see the shiny versus the dull. But the paper that I printed my pictures out on, this paper is Everyday Paper by HP. Let me see if I have the box. I just finished this box. I may have thrown it away. Let me see. I have an HP printer, HP, Hewlett Packard. And I didn't even use my good printer. I used just my all-in-one. I have two HP printers. The all-in-one is what I used. Here we go. Here's the empty box. It's the HP Everyday Photo Paper. It's one with Donald on it. And it's glossy. This one comes 50 sheets. And the reason I like this is because I do a lot of projects with lots of paper and stuff. And I used this to, I get this paper when it's on sale. This paper goes on sale a lot at Staples. You can find it where you buy it, and with the rebate you get back, it's only like $1 or $2. It's a great deal. And a lot of times the HP Everyday will also come in 8x6s with a little strip on the side. And those you can basically get for free when Staples has a reward thing going on. Yeah, it's a terrific deal. And so, since I have a gazillion, I say gazillion and I mean gazillion, photos to do, this is really fun. And especially, you know, I've got my photos also backed up on disk. And this is easy. This is kind of lightweight. Yeah, as far as paper goes, but it's good for projects where you're gonna make something that's gonna be handled a lot. I expect my kids to look at this, and especially with the kinetic page like that, they're gonna be flipping it and looking and playing with it. This will be perfect for that. This will be perfect for that, because if I have to print it, I haven't printed it on my super expensive Ilford, and I won't go, oh, because Ilford's so hard to find now. This I can go to Staples and go buy some more. So, you know, this is why I printed it on this. It's fast, it's easy, it's inexpensive. I know my kids are going to play with it and look at it. Yes. And this is really, I mean, this is not, even though it's cheap, it's not crappy paper. It's good paper. It's just not awesome paper like Ilford would be. And to answer your question, Amanda, Tim Holtz ruler. So, now, if I was doing a a book, a special book like of Bill's family people's, what do you call that? When you have a bunch of pictures of old people. Or old pictures of people. Not a bunch of pictures of old people, but a bunch of old pictures of people. A heritage book or something like that, I might consider using better paper. But for what I'm going to do with this is going to be pretty good. Okay, so these pictures, when I did these out of my file, I showed you I put them in a file like this. There's my file. There we go. So I put them in a file like this. And then I pick out the ones that I want to do what I call 2 up, which was, this was 2 up. This makes them 4 by 6. 2 up could also be 5 by 7. My photo program will do 2 up where they're 5 by 7. Hi, folks. Renee and Katie, I don't know how to say that, but welcome. Hi, Renee. So, you know, I could have them like this. This is 4 up. And this makes them 5 by 3.5, basically. Where's my... I know how to use my ruler. I've used it before. Okay, so this is... And really, this is not quite 5. This is more like 4 and a little over a half. Okay? By 3.5 wide. So, if I wanted to use my little square book that I just made, I would have to trim down quite a bit to get a 3-inch square. So, I know I don't want it to be a 3-inch square. I want it to be bigger, right? So, I'm going to trim these pictures to go in the middle. And I'm going to start with this picture of her pouting, because this one is just too funny. And this picture may actually end up on the second page of the layout, because I may not get it to trim down as small as I want it to be. Because if I got it to trim down, to a 4-inch square, it would cut her ears off. And she would be the earless child. And so that would not be good. This one, 3.5. I can cut that down. See, 3.5 across is fine. I'm probably going to end up with a 4-inch square. So cutting it right there will be okay. I know it cuts the yogurt off, but that's still a good picture. Ah, kindergarten die. Hi, Diane. So this ended up being a little bit skinnier than long. I don't want to cut it and make it 3.5 inches because sometimes part of the sticker is kind of funny. So, but I could. Let's see what that would do. 3.5. No, that would cut the sticker off all completely. I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to make my book be 8. I'm going to go ahead and go 8.25, so this will fit perfect in there. If it was just going to be an 8-inch square and my book pages are going to be 4 inches, I would probably trim just a little more on that to facilitate that folding and opening. Okay. This picture I'm not going to trim. I'm going to just use it a different way. And so these... Di and Renee, thank you for coming. I record my programs on Ustream, and they're offered as a playback. And I'm showing them how to work through doing a squash book and putting it into a scrapbook. And so I went through the basics of building a squash book, and obviously I'll redo it again when I get to that part. but I want to, I was going to let you know that that's going to be at the very beginning. So if you need to watch it again, it'll be available for you. So I cut a 1/4 of an inch off of her head. Now, this is how crazy I am. I have probably 30 pictures of her eating corn. Probably 30 pictures of her eating tomatoes. I have at least 100 pictures of her playing with the cat when she was this age, and the cat playing back with her, that are so funny. It was hard. What I'm trying to do is I had these on a file share thing, and I've been trying to get to these pictures and get them scrapbooked before I lose them. They have promised they'll keep them up there, but I don't trust them to keep them forever. So I needed to get to them to scrapbook them. And also, guys, I usually post on my fan page on Facebook, which is Leslie Ray's fan page, and then also on my blog where the replays can be seen. And I have not been doing as good as I had hoped in the new year, but I'm going to keep trying. Y'all will keep being patient with me of vlogging about my my adventures in Ustreaming, so that I have, you know, like I want to link this back to a tutorial I did on squash books so that they can see it easier. Because I did a tutorial on squash books a long time ago. That looks strange with her body cut off. I'm not sure how much more I want to trim that page. Now these, now see, I could, instead of using the big Pouty Sam, I could use the little Pouty Sam. And I might do that too. So far, Bev, I haven't heard anything negative about memory sticks. What we have to remember is that everything is temporal. And what I mean by that is that the only thing we know how far some things last on is like paper. We know that paper is only going to last for so long, and then it's gone. Well, people, you know, tell me all the time, well, oh, these photos are this and that, and, you know, they're going to just be bad, and they're going to go, and they're going to disintegrate. I have some really, really old photos of Bill's family, and of my family, for that matter. And, you know, turn of the century old. And they're still in one piece. Some of them have a little silvering on them from their oxidation. But what I'm doing is I'm scanning those, and instead of using those in the book, I'm going to put those up archivally with some products from a company called Light Impressions. But the pictures themselves that I have scanned, I will print, and I will burn a disc for family members. But I will print and you know, make my own copy that we can enjoy, or put them in frames and put them on the wall, and enjoy them that way. But nobody knows how long those things are going to last. Hi, Debbie. Some, you know, that's what they say when you start talking about, you know, how long is this digital type of copy of something going to last? We don't know. You know, so far it's lasted as long as it started. You know what I mean? So we can't say, because so far, you know, these are things that have happened within our lifetime. So they've lasted so far. You know, it's a hard thing. So you gotta, you know, protect your stuff however you can, as best you can, and hope that it's going to be there for future generations. So there's no fail safe. Yeah, 53 years old for slides. That's incredible. I have some pictures that I accidentally took on slides that I need to get transferred into photos. I'm trying to think. Some of these are duplicates. This is her saying, "More, please." I didn't take the pictures where I was trying to feed her to share with you, because I was trying to feed her and she took the spoon away from me. She didn't want me to feed her. She was very annoyed at the idea of me feeding her. She wanted to feed herself. And that's the way she has been her whole life. She's been very, you know. You can see the video, but not the chat. Maybe pop the chat out, Debbie. Sometimes that remedies that. But I see you chatting. Oh, that is good to know. Thank you. I used to have a flatbed scanner, and it came with a very special little tool that you stuck on top of it, and you could print your slides and you could print your negatives. And the thing with that is, though, it worked with my system before the system I have now. The system I have now does not work at all with. And so I have it up at, well, I had it up at work and was using it up there, but now I have a newer computer and it's not going to work either. See, I went through all these, and these I have bigger copies of. So you see, I plan on using a whole bunch of pictures. Well, I only have the one roll of negatives, so it would be worth it to me just to get that burned to a DVD. And that's the other thing, is I still have a bag full of film that, as I have, you know, an extra $6 here and there, I go get it developed. And when I have it developed, I have them develop it and print me a contact sheet, which shows me little bitty what all the pictures are, and put it on a CD, because I'm going to print it myself. And, you know, if I need to manipulate any of the photos, I will do it myself. So, okay, I know you're going to ask me what this paper is, because it is beyond gorgeous. This is my other addiction. I told you I had a problem. My first problem is I take too many pictures. My second problem is I am addicted to paper. And this paper is an old Club Scrap pack. Yes, Club Scrap. And I have no idea which one it is. It's very pretty. Yeah. I subscribed to Club Scrap for about 6 years. So 6 times 12, 70, 84. 6 times 12. Sorry, 72, 82, 72. Thank you. I'm sorry, my brain is scattered. Anyway, so, and these papers are amazingly gorgeous. This is actually vellum. I'm gonna move that. Gosh, that went wonky weird, didn't it? Come on, come back to me. There you go. They're gorgeous. The cool thing about Club Scrap is they, yeah, I know, Mommy. I'm sorry. My brain is still wrapped around the letter I read at the memorial. Sorry. Anyway, the what they did is the paper is like from the same company that Basil Basics gets their paper from, their cardstock, and then they print on it truly unique designs. Truly unique. I know. And I love it. And here's the cool thing about it. Okay, say you get this piece of paper and you think, okay, this stuff down the side, not so bueno. Guess what, guys? Oh, there's another side and it's blank. Hello. So that's the other thing about Basil, or not Basil, but Club Scrap, is that the papers are so versatile. I love the papers. I would like to have more of the papers, but I need to use what I have. I think I was reading somewhere the other day, someone's word of the year was use it or use it up. Yeah, that's what mine needs to be, totally. I like, let's see. I'm trying to decide what color I want my book. And I really think I want my book to be this pink color with some of the darker color on the outside. So I'm going to cut my papers. And I only have 2 here, but I know I'm not going to use both of these, so I'm going to use one of these. This matches, okay? So does anybody have any questions? And really, since I pulled out the 12 by 12 paper, I could even make this a 10-inch square and make my book 5 inches square if I wanted to. In which case, I could use that bigger page. So, I'm thinking. No, I'm not going to do that. But I may make it 4.5, which would make it 9. So, let's start with this one. I'm going to cut these. I think I'm going to cut these 9 inches square and make it 4.5, a 4.5 inch book. Okay? So, if you're trying to figure out, you know you want your book to be 4 inches square, just double that, and that tells you how big your paper needs to be. I'm sorry this went fuzzy on you guys. I got to cut this real quick, though. Yes, I thought it looked very girly. These are very much my colors. I love these colors. They're also very Sam colors. I was instructed last night when I was talking about scrapbooking by my daughter that I was only supposed to do pictures of her, no pictures of Will. Debbie, I am seeing you. I'm not sure what you're seeing, but I am seeing you appear on the chat. So, I'm not sure if you're just having Ustream is messing with you, but we're all seeing you on the chat. And I'm going to go through this faster because I'm trying to make my book, but I'll remind you again, you fold it in half. And I like to crease down my fold. I should have found my bone folder, but I didn't. And crease my fold this way. And then flip it. And see, these are going to be the same, just bigger. All right. Debbie, I'm seeing you. You just said iPad app is new to me. 2, thought this was the chat. There is no other option. You're chatting. You just don't get to see my side, probably. I'm not going to translate. Sorry. Yes, any size square will work. Hey, Bill. I saw a little bitty squash book over there by the couch the other day. Can you see if it's still there? It's one of those accordion books, baby. It's little bitty. It was like 1.5 inches square. It was like right there by the seat. You can see Bev and Raven. Yeah, I see Bev and Raven. I see everybody. Sorry. That was my freak voice, so I'll quit being weird. Okay, a note on textures. This paper has one texture on one side and a different texture on the other. Can you see the difference? This texture is smooth. This texture has like a little finish to it. Kind of a, not as heavy as the normal orange texture, but you can kind of see it. The reason I did this is because when I put this inside or outside, all of the textures will be the same. For my book that I want to put in there, I want all my textures the same. Just so you know, okay? Yeah, I'm weird. I'm sorry, Debbie. It happens. But they're used to me being weird. They would not expect me to be anything but weird. My friends think I'm weird and they like me that way. I have pictures of my son that I haven't scrapbooked yet of him eating spaghetti noodles. One of my favorite pictures of him and the dog, my dog Charlie. Her birthday would have been tomorrow. One of my favorite pictures of them is Will is in the same high chair that Sam is in, eating noodles, and he's got them on his head. He's got them on the cat, on the dog. He's got noodles everywhere. And, you know, it's just hilarious. My grandmother thought I had, like, posed that picture. No, totally Will. Completely Will. It was hilarious. So both of my children are into their food. Food is always fun when you start learning food, and I don't know that they ever grew out of it. I can remember Will, his BFF is about 14 months older than he is. And it's funny because, you know, of course, Tam gets all mature and is growing up. And so he's, you know, ahead of Will in school, obviously, because they're 14 months apart. And, and Will was eating pizza. And Will loves pizza. And he really gets into his pizza. And he had pizza everywhere on his face and everything. And Tam's going, he's like this. Yeah, look. He's going, got something right here. I love my kids. They're going to hate me later in life, but I love them now. I know. Tam's a riot. You got a little something right here, bud. They are at their Grammy and Papa's. They are at Mama's house. I I don't know if they're watching me from there or not. You don't think they'll hate me? I hope they don't hate me. I think they'll be like, Mom, why did you say that? That's what it'll be. Yes, still. They have been there since Monday? Sunday. Sunday. They left Sunday. They'll be back Sunday. They have lots to do. This is a hard time of the year for us because especially both kids are going to be in ball. So they will have games and lots of practices and stuff. And so the weekends, there's camping, there's all kinds of stuff that will be taking up the weekends, shooting, sports, all that kind of stuff. And so it's going to be hard for them to get to be together. So they like spending time together, and so getting them together for spring break is a good thing. Okay. I think this is going to be my cover. I think that's going to work really well for the cover. And then have it open up like that. So, I'll cut a small cover in a minute. But this is going to be my cover picture. And since I made it bigger, that almost fits if I wanted to. But I think I'm going to leave that one out. I may put the small one. Because what I'll do is all of my journaling will be in here. And so this could still be in here, but as, you know, the end of the road kind of a picture. Yes, I showed exactly how to put this together at the beginning. And like I said, I have a link to an old tutorial that I did. And I will put that on my blog as well. I'm trying to do better at blogging. If y'all see me on Facebook and haven't seen it in like a couple of weeks, holler at me and say, hey, Leslie Ray, remember you were going to share something? Want to share it, honey? Or whatever. We can totally, I totally am up for that. Please remind me when I have, you know, neglected to share something that I had promised I would share to you. Okay. Now what I'm doing is I'm looking here and seeing where I might want to cut this. Like this could cut almost along the edge of her arm right here and be okay. And I could just completely cut it off, or I could cut it just a little bit and then do some fun journaly kind of things there. So I'm thinking on that one, guys. And then this one, that's her saying, more please, and me saying, there is no more, and she's saying, aw, man. And some of these, I might even decide to go in and make smaller. I don't know. But that's kind of giving me the idea of what I want to put in the book. So, I'm going to close these up real quick. So I've got an idea of what I want to put in the book. Okay. Now, I want to take a piece of I was thinking there was, that has some interesting texture. Okay, I'm going to trim this piece down. Actually, I'm going to trim this piece down. Remember, I scrap 8.5 by 11. So I want, I have a book in my way here. That there. And now, this page is going to be my spare page, my page that the whatchamacallit, not the page that's going to be having the hole cut out of it. This page is going to be the page with the hole cut out of it. So I'm going to trim it down another 1/4 of an inch on 2 directions. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to get my piece of board here. So there's that page. This is going to be the matching page. Okay. The book has to go somewhere. Wild Thing is going on that. She's going there. Now I have a couple of extra pictures that I can't. Let's see. And see. And even I can put it up here where it says Wild Thing, and that is part of my title. Right? And put down here, Yogurt Makes My Heart Sing. And put that down there. I'm going to not use that one because I have the smaller one in there. I want this to be a happy page on the front. I'm freezing. Do you see me now? It's saying low bandwidth.